All right, we are live this morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone. And I cannot see anyone on the call yet, but would actually okay. So, good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us this morning. Um, could you just populate the chat box with the location you're joining us from? I'd like to see your chats in the chat comment in the comment section, telling us where you're joining us from, what state are you representing this morning, and we'd also like you to take out the first few minutes in this hour to send the message back to your CDS groups and your general groups wherever you are, whatever state you are in this country, and remind them that the National CDS webinar is live and they're expected to be on the call. So while we have few persons who have joined us already, can we just see your chats in the comment section telling us where you're from, your state, the state you're representing, be it FCT, Lagos State, Taraba. Good morning, General Daniel from Benue State. Welcome, Daniel from Benue State. We'd like to see more persons on the call, even as we begin this morning's session. We'd like to see more persons on the call as we begin this morning session. Today's program is packed with so much value, and you'll be glad that you joined us this morning. Our topic it's a wonderful topic. It says the youths are here. We all are here, training 30 million in the informal sector in pursuit of the global digital compact. This is going to be a powerful discussion this morning on equipping Nigeria's informal workforce with the digital skills and opportunities that is needed for the future. And we have Amarachi from Lagos State joining us this morning. Welcome, Amarachi. We have Favor. We have Favor from Ebonyi State. Thank you, Favor, for joining. We'd like to see more persons join us this morning, even as we begin. And while we wait for more persons to join us, can we just be where we are as we just settle in for the national anthem, even as we start this session this morning. In the next 30 seconds, we'll be taking the national anthem. So let's get ready. We have more persons joining us. We have Rukayat from Kano State. Welcome, Rukayat. We have Esther. We have Ife from Taraba. Good to see you all on this call this morning. Thank you so much for joining in, and would implore you to call on your fellow core members and those in your communities to join us this morning, because we are ready to go into the topic that we have for today. And right about now, it's time for us to take our national anthem. So in the next 3 minutes, we will be hearing the national anthem. Wherever you are, do ensure to sing along with us. Thank you. Wow, that's amazing. Can I see your clapping emoji in the chat box? And we have more persons joining us. And that was the national anthem we just finished listening to. So we have more persons joining us this morning. We have Ifeanyi, Neka, or Ikenna, Blessing, Ifeanyi again, Gideon, Samuel. Every one of you, welcome, welcome, welcome to this wonderful and insightful discussion. And we have four speakers who would be speaking to us today, who would be giving us insights into the topic that we have for today, which is training 30 million in the informal sector in pursuit of the global digital compact. Now, some of you might ask, what is the Global Digital Compact? We've been hearing it. Mind the Gap has been doing this series for throughout this month of February. I think this is the fourth series that we have been running in respect to this Global Digital Compact. And it was an initiative that was proposed by the United Nations, which is aimed at ensuring that digital technologies are used responsibly and for the benefit of all. Digital technology being used responsibly and for the benefit of all. So whoever you are and wherever you are, be you a core member, be you a YNIT, those that are not in education, employment, or in training, we have something for you. Every one of you are supposed to be equipped with digital skills that would ensure that you thrive in today's digital world. And as we all know, the future, they say the future is digital, but we are already going digital and we are digital now, and the future is now. So it's very important for us to actually make use of the digital tools that are at our disposal. And like I said earlier, we'll be having four speakers this morning. We have President of Digital on Border CDS Group representing us from four states, from Taraba State, Lagos, we have Kano State, and we have Kwara State. And I believe that representatives or core members from these states are on this call this morning. And you never can tell. Next week it might be another president from another state. So you need to brace up and be ready whenever we call. And on this note, we would actually be moving on to the introduction of the speakers, those people that would be taking us into why we are here this morning and what this topic is all about, expanding this topic for every one of us to, get to understand why we set up this series. And the first speaker for today is no other person but Precious. Precious is the president of Kano State Digital on Border CDS Group, and he would be speaking to us in the next 10 minutes. He'll be giving us insight into the topic that we have for today. So, Precious, the floor is yours.
Okay, good morning, core members. Good morning, Nigerian youths. Hope I'm audible enough. Hope you guys are hearing me. Okay, I think you guys are.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, first of all, we're talking about, I want to thank Mind the Gap for this opportunity. It's a privilege that I don't take for granted. I thank Mr. Tayo, Mr. Mayowa for this opportunity to speak to youths like us, to embrace the digital trends. So we're talking about youths are here. Training of 30 million in the informal sector in pursuit of global digital compact. First of all, what are youth are here? Youth are here sounds and brings a sense of urgency and emphasizes our role as young people in building Nigeria's digital future. We as young people, for an agenda to be pushed, as young people, we need for an agenda to be pushed, we need to embrace young people because we are the ones that are vibrant enough to push the agenda. So the UN is collaborating with Mind the Gap to push this agenda to train the training of 30 million in the informal sector in pursuit of the global digital compact. So next thing we're going to talk about is what is the informal sector. Yeah, and the informal sector refers to the economic activities that are not registered or regulated by the government. These are economic activities that add to the economic of the nation, but are not regulated and registered under the government. I don't have the CAC, just like the mama put by your side, the hawkers, the shoemakers, those businesses that are not registered under the government. So that is that. So what is the digital global compact here? Digital global compact. What you intend to do with digital global compact is to close digital divide in gender, nations, people, and ages. Yeah, to close digital compact. Not that the females are more exposed to digitalization than the male. Not that those over 60 are more exposed. They are trying to close the digital compact. Yeah, close the digital divide. Let each and every one of us be included included in the digital economy. So that's the aim of the Global Digital Compact. And how do they tend to do this? By harnessing potential and digital technology, by connecting everyone to the internet. That's the number one way they tend to do this. By making digital technology more accessible to everyone, by increasing investment in digital infrastructures, by supporting women and youths in innovators in this. So that this is the way that the UN plans to do this. So we have talked about the use, why we are needed in this. We've talked about the informal sector, that's those sectors that are not regulated and controlled, those the economic sectors that are not regulated and controlled by the government. We have talked about the global digital compact, that's the divide. They're trying to mind the gap, to cover the divide, to move the divide between people, between nations, between ages in digitalization. So I'll be talking about some few points on how I think we should do this here, how we need to train 30 million in the informal sector in the pursuit of the digital global economy. So first of all, for us to train 30 million youths in the informal sector and close the divide, number one thing we have to do, we have to know that we are all agents of change. Yeah, we are all agents of change. In this our service here, through Mind the Gap, we have learned that we are all agents of change. We are building capacity here. So number one thing you need to do, you need to put in your mind that you are an agent of change. And one thing you have to notice that everyone exists in time and change. Yeah, we all exist in time and change. We are living in time and experiencing change. Just to put it into context, time is a river. We are the fishes, and currents. Yeah, the currents are changes. If you try to oppose change, if you go against the current, it will be, you are doing a super head work. So we all need to embrace change, and the change right now, that the trend that's going on right now is digitalization. So we ourselves, we need to know that there is a change going on, and we need to adapt that change. Because if you don't adapt that change, you'll be left behind. We ourselves, we need to onboard the digital trade. And I think we need to know that we all will be affected by time and change we live in right now. We all know that the time and change we are living, the crypto time has come, is still on. Now the next thing that's going on is AI, data, all this is. We need to know that there's a change going on. And we need to know that we will all be affected by the time and change we live in. We're in 2025, and what's happening now with digitalization, everybody is going digital. If you don't digitalize yourself today, you'll be left behind. And being left behind doesn't mean that the digitalization won't affect you, to affect you negatively. While others are making money, you will be left behind. We're not going this for the money, but we are going this to impact others first of all. Yeah. So we need to know that we will all be affected by the time and change we need. Next thing we have to notice that whoever controls and manages time will control our experiences in time and change. Whoever controls and manages our time will control our experiences in time and change. You can talk about the Elon Musk. They are the ones that control. They are the one that control the changes. The Jeff Bezos, they are the one controlling the changes, and the changes they make, it all affects us. So the things they are doing up there, it all affects us. So we have to know that whoever controls time and change we live in will control us. So the next thing we also have to notice that whoever plans your time and change will control and create your future. Yeah, in one way or the other, people have in their individual ways created our future for us to be here today, for us to go through school. You know, our school has impacted us. The changes we experience in school is what made us to be what we are today. NYC also. So these people, they created a path, they created a system, and that affected each and every one of us as youth. So this means that if we don't adopt the digital trend right now, we'll be left behind. So this is a call to us youth, because the first thing we talk about youth are here. We as youth, we need to note that we are all agents of change. The next thing we need to know is that to build capacity. There's something that says that you can't give what you don't have. Yeah, you can't give what you don't have. So you need to build capacity in yourself first. You can't train 30 million people in the informal sector in the pursuit of the global digital compact if you yourself you have not built capacity. And we thank God for Mind the Gap. There are lots and lots of opportunities that they have brought to us to help us build capacity. We have the 3MTT, we have the DEEP program, we have the NITDA. Those are the ones to learn digital skills. Then we have programs to learn mentorship skills, leadership skills, like the school adoption, accountability group. There are lots and lots of programs. The Google My Business, we go on, you learn leadership skills. So Mind the Gap has brought a lot of packages. So we need to build capacity. Yeah, I thank God for Mind the Gap. I came to Kano, I'm president of Kano. I came to Kano in July 2024, and through digital onboarder series, I was able to learn a digital skill, digital onboarders, because there was a collabo with digital onboarders and the academic teaching, bringing it at cheaper. So Mind the Gap has been brought here to help us build capacity. You should make the most of our 1 year service. Make the most of your 1 year service. Build capacity. You can't give what you don't have. Let that sink into our head. You can't give what you don't. You can't go to onboard people digitally if you yourself you are not digitally inclined. Build capacity. This is the time for us to build capacity. Mind the Gap has lots and lots and lots of programs for us to build capacity. Let's make the most of our 1 year. Build capacity. The program is going up. 3 entities starting this February. Register. If you're not register today. Build capacity in yourself. You can't train the informal sector if you yourself haven't built capacity. Build capacity. I think I can't say that now enough. build capacity. You can't train those. You can't give what you don't have. If you go to a mango tree, I expect you to pluck a mango. Yeah, if you go to a mango tree, I expect you to pluck a mango. If people are going to you as a digital ambassador or a digital evangelist, you're preaching digitalization, you don't know a digital skill, you don't know one thing, you don't know content creation, you don't know one thing, that will be very bad. So build capacity. And we thank God for Mindicap. They are helping us build capacity. This will bring me to my third point. Yeah, and the third point is that in affecting a change, you must know the peculiarity of your area. We are all those different states in Nigeria, and some people are in Bauchi, some people are in Sokoto. We should all know the peculiarity of our area. For you to build the informal sector, you need to know the peculiarity of the area. What's peculiar in Kano? You know what's peculiar in Port Harcourt, you know what's peculiar in Akwa State. You need to know the peculiarity of the area to be able to effect change. We are all agents of change, and the change we are bringing right now is digitalization through Mind the Gap and digital borders. You need to know that. We need to know the peculiarity of the city and state we find ourselves to build capacity. Yeah, like here in the north, there are lots of peculiarity, the culture, the religion, and all that. And most of the times, it's kind of hard to penetrate them. But during one time, I was in school adoption, when school adoption in a particular school. Yeah, so I was talking to the students, and I was talking to the students for the need for them to embrace digitalization. And I found out that one of the students told me that it doesn't need digitalization, that after school, he has a shop like that open for him. After that, he'll be going to the shop that doesn't need this. And I'm like, you need this. How do you want people in Port Harcourt to see your business? How do you want people in River State, Port Harcourt, to see your business? How do you want people in Lagos to see your business? How do you want people in Sokoto to see your business? Even if you are not going to the formal, even if you don't further your education in formal sector, you're going to be a formal sector as a trader, as a shoemaker, to meet digitalization. So we need to know the peculiarity of our state to be able to affect this change, to teach them. What's peculiar in Kano, you know what's peculiar in Lagos, you know what's peculiar in Delta State. So you need to know our culture, you need to know the culture of the area you find yourself to be able to effect change. You need to know the peculiarity of your state, to know what's happening, how the people think there, what moves them. What moves them? Yeah, you need to know how to penetrate them. Because most of the times when you come with this digitalization gospel, as I call it, because we are all digital, this evangelists, we preach digitalization. When you come with the digitalization gospel, it tends to it seems they are hitting it on a hard rock and it bounces back. You need to, the way to penetrate them, like here, the way you penetrate them is through their culture and through their religion. That's the peculiarity in Kano. So we need to know the peculiarity in the state we find ourselves to be able to penetrate and bring this digitalization to the informal sector. Yeah. So we need to know the peculiarity of the area we find ourselves. Know what people do there, know what they are up to, know what their culture is like, then pass through their culture to be able, because most times when you talk about digitalization, they think it's something very big. Bring it to a standard they understand. Bring it to a standard, bring it down to that level. Bring it down to that level. And for you to be able to bring it down to that level, you need to know their culture, their tradition, the peculiarity of that state. Yeah. I came from Akwa State, and digitalization in Akwa State is different from what is happening here in Kano State. So now that has made me sit down to think, what can I do? Like the other time we held the program here in Kano, it's more like a school adoption program. We were able to invite 8 schools, and we thought and looked for strategies to use to draw these people. And we came up with strategies, and we were able to invite 8 schools and in a venue, and we were able to impact 8 schools at the same time to teach them digitalization. That is the way. Look for the peculiarity in your state. Look for the peculiarity in the place you find yourself. That is the only. That's one of the ways to be able to impact and train those in the informal sector. So the next thing that I want to talk about is why Mind the Gap? Why embrace Mind the Gap as a platform to effect this change? There's a Chinese proverb by the Chinese warlord. I think most of us know him, General Sun Tzu. Yeah, say that a boulder sitting on top of a mountain, any moment it can fall, and when it falls, it causes an impact. So the way I see it, I see Mind the Gap digital on borders at the mountain, and we are the boulders here. So Mind the Gap is a high enough mountain for us, because the higher the mountain, the more the momentum of the boulder, and the more the impact. So Mind the Gap is a high enough mountain for us as boulders to impact change. Just embrace Mind the Gap. Mind the Gap have come up with so much programs, so much opportunities for we as youth to cause change. So school adoption, listen, Google My Business, lots and lots of this for us to cause change. If mind of that, we are ourselves need to be going out on outreaches. Yeah, and they don't just make us go on outreaches, they also help us build capacity, because you can't give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. So Mind the Gap is a platform, it's a mountain enough, high enough for us to use to cause the impact. So I will call all of us as youth to embrace this opportunity, to train the informal sector, to train them, let them know the needs for them to embrace digitalization. The crypto era is on, but people that wanted the crypto era earlier enough made lots and lots of money. So we as youth, we need to onboard digital trade. Thank you very much, and I hope I've been able to pass the minutes to you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Precious. Thank you so much. Can I see some emojis, some clapping emojis in the chat box? Thank you so much, Precious. Kano State Digital on Borders President. You had 10 minutes to convey your points to us, and you did that just right. Even though you were talking fast, you wanted us to get you quickly, but we got it. We got it. Thank you so much, Precious. And two things that you said that really made impact. You said we are all agents of change. And it's very important for every core member serving now, even ex-core members, to realize that change starts from them. Thank you so much, Precious, for that. We are affected by time and change, and everyone is encouraged to make the most of their service year. So on this note, we'll be inviting the second speaker who has just 10 minutes. The second speaker is no other person but Hope Yakubu, the Taraba State President of Digital on Borders CDS Group. So we'll be bringing Hope Yakubu to the stage now, and Hope, you have the floor. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Good morning.
Yes, we can
My
hear
name is
you.
Hope Damilola Yakubu. I'm the Taraba State President. Pardon me, I'm actually coming from CDS right now. So we all know why we are here. We are here for the Youth Are Here series. It's been something that we've been doing all throughout this month. It has been significant to our growth as core members, as young people. And we know the topic before us has to do with we training 30 million youths using the Global Digital Compact. So based on what our first speaker spoke about, we know that
All right, we think that Hope is having some network issues, and while she's trying to set up a network, I would be inviting the third speaker because we have just 1 hour for this session, and I know that some of you are having your CDS activities today. So we have our third speaker who is already on the call, and that is no other person but Moyinoluwa, the Kwara State Digital on Border President. Moyinoluwa, are you ready for us?
Yes, I am. Yes.
All right, you have the floor for just 10 minutes, please.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Moyinoluwa Inubile, the president of Kwara State Digital Literacy CDS. This morning we are looking at the topic: the youths are here, training 30 million in the informal sector in pursuit of global digital impact. I'll be looking at this from another angle: empowering the next generation of digital leaders. Empowering the next generation of digital leaders. I'm certain we have ideas who a leader is, what a leader does, and all of that. But who is a digital leader? How can we describe a digital leader? A digital leader is someone who is proactive, a proactive individual, someone who possesses visionary thinking, who has a growth mindset, a strong growth mindset, who has emotional intelligence, and has the ability to influence and collaborate effectively using digital means. So, someone who you'd consider as a digital leader has to be emotionally intelligent, must have a strong growth mindset, must be proactive, must be a visionary thinker, and does all of this, collaborates and influences using digital means. Organizations these days, both formal and informal organizations, are now performance digital enterprises. They are leveraging on technologies such as cloud computing, AI and machine learning, cybersecurity, customer relationship systems and relationship management systems, data analytics and visualization in the in the performance of their duties, in making life easier for them, to make work and life easier for them. So we need digital leaders to be able to drive these organizations, so for them not to lag behind when it comes to the changes in the digital world. The world is changing. Everything is being taken over by technology, and we need leaders who can think in line of these digital changes, of the changes that occur on a daily basis in the digital landscape. We need leaders who can put us through and make us grow in line with this. We need leaders who are visionaries, who are visionaries, who can think and collaborate effectively, who can make use of digital tools. So how do we identify these leaders? How do we develop these leaders? The digital leaders can be developed through a variety of strategies. I will be listing 5 strategies through which you can develop digital leaders. Through which you can develop digital leaders. The first is identification of potential leaders. Now, for you to develop a leader, you have to first identify a potential leader. You have to first identify leaders. You have to identify someone who has the potential to be a leader. You you can't, either digital or not, for you to be able to develop leadership in someone, the person should have the potential. The person should know what it takes, should have what it takes to develop. And this is something that Mind the Gap does through their various programs, where they train various people in leadership, train us in leadership and help us to grow when it comes to leadership. Then, moving on to training and development, that is another aspect of developing digital leaders. Now, training and development, you train these people after you must have identified these potential leaders. You train them, you try to develop them in ways that they would be able to develop the leadership skills, the core leadership skills that are needed to perform effectively as a leader, to perform their work effectively as a leader. Then you also mentor and coach these people. You assign them to mentors, you coach them, you hold their hand, to grow them, so they grow to the kind of leader you want, the kind of leader we want. They are able to grow to become that kind of leader. We mentor them, we coach them. Then we also train them to be able to take risk, to be able to take risk in a good way though. To be able to take risk, and train them to be able to take risk. Then we foster a leadership community, a community where they can, come together, share ideas, and grow collectively. So they meet with other people, other leaders around, and then they are able to grow together. They are able to share ideas, they are able to share correspondence and grow together. Mind the Gap does this also. We have a group where we are all presidents of CDS. We all of us are, and then we communicate, we collaborate, and then we meet every Sundays too, to ask what is going on in different CDS groups. What are you doing? How are you doing it? How can I take this? How can I implement this in my CDS to move forward? So collaboration is important. So we have to foster a leadership community where they will be able to collaborate, to speak to one another, and be able to grow together. So when you have identified and developed these people, how do you then empower them? How do you empower the next generation of digital leaders? It all boils down majorly to education and training, basically. So you educate them, you train them in different digital skills to enhance their personal and professional skills. You train them, uh coding, STEM education, name it, digital marketing, any digital course. You train them, hold their hands to grow in these courses, to become leaders in these areas. Mind the Gap is doing something like this through the deep learning platform, the digital economy employability platform. So they are trying to empower us through this. Then you also give them practical experiences. You ensure that they are able to gain practical experiences around through hackathons, through collaboration with people, gain practical experiences. It is important for them. Then development of essential leadership skills. You help them to develop essential leadership skills. Networking and community building. You help them to network with one another and to build a community, a vibrant community. And you also ensure that they have access to resources and funding. It is important that leaders have access to resources and funding to be able to perpetuate whatever it is they want to do. To be able to lead effectively, they need to have access to resources and funding. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Moyinoluwa. Your point has been well noted, and I believe that the core members on this call are taking the note. And must seek to be mentored by someone. We must seek mentorship from other persons. So thank you so much, Moyinoluwa, the president of Kwara State. We're so delighted to have you on this call. And you can just stay back because some core members might have questions to ask you this morning. And I hope that you'll be able to answer it when they ask you these questions. So once more, thank you so much for your time. And I believe that at this point, Hope's network is now good. And then we'll be calling on Hope to the stage so that she can actually go ahead and give us what she has for us this morning.
Hello,
The stage is
everyone.
yours.
Okay. Hello. Sorry, I had issues with my network. Good morning once more. Based on what we're actually talking about today, we all know the youth are here based on our series, and we're actually talking about how to improve or equip 30 million youths with in the informal sectors with digital skills. That's to bridge the Global Digital Compact. So one thing we must all understand that the Global Digital Compact was actually an initiative by the United Nations aimed at fostering inclusivity and sustainability amongst organizations, among people, among countries. So one thing we must also understand is that a significant portion of the population, that is particularly those in the informal sectors who are made up of freelancers. I'm very sure amongst us here, we have so many freelancers, freelancers in probably web design, software development, and so on and so forth. We have market traders, they're also part of the informal sector. We have vendors, all those vendors. And mostly we should just know that the informal sector are those that are not actually governed, that have no regulations by the government. They're actually people that do things on their own. So now the question is, how do you equip these young people, 30 million young people, with these digital skills? And I think right now I'm going to be talking about some of the strategies that we could actually use to improve this particular kind of bridge this particular digital divide. And one of such strategy that we have to put in place is, firstly, we have to check out the needs assessment. When we're talking about needs assessment, we're referring to you going out, giving surveys to these young people, trying to find out their needs and trying to suit it to this particular digital skills. For example, you might actually not know what this particular person wants to learn, and maybe you have to now find out through surveys. You give them surveys, you could ask them, okay, what are you actually very good at? What skill do you want to learn? And you could hear some of them telling you something like, I want to learn graphic design, or I want to learn coding. At that point in time, you're already particularly finding out their niche. You're actually trying to survey and know what these people can actually do. And when you're actually done doing that, you can now find a way on how you could actually bridge this digital gap. You could find probably primary solutions after you have found the survey, after you have done a survey on what you think these particular people need. Then you can now find a way on how you could actually bring this particular skill to them. Secondly, we have to develop digital literacy program. When we say digital literacy program, we're talking about programs that will actually help these people to learn this particular skill. After you have identified the skills that they need, then now you now have to bring it to their knowledge, these particular programs that they need to learn the skills. And one of these programs we have, or one of these particular digital literacy program we have, is also the DEEP that is ongoing right now, that's being handled by Mind the Gap, Doodle CDS. We all know that the DEEP is actually a program where young people learn skills. We have mentors, we have facilitators that teach these people these skills. We also, apart from that, we also have, and the funny thing is, these particular skills are actually tailored on a particular thing. in the sense that there are people that we know that are beginners. Some of them maybe don't even have computer, they're computer illiterate. They've never actually seen a computer before in their life. For example, here in our place, majority of the young students, or should I say young people, most of them have probably all these small phones. They don't have Android phones, or even if they have Android phones, they don't even know what the Android phones can actually do for them. So now it's now your own job to actually find out skills that are suitable for them. You could actually start with the basic computer knowledge. You could teach them basic computer skills, probably how to use Word, Microsoft Excel, probably how to open a Google form, all these little things, basic computer skills, before you can now be able to inculcate them with the main digital skills that they want to learn. Then thirdly, we have partnership. Another skill, another strategy that we could actually use to equip those people is partnership. Partnership in the sense that you could partner with or collaborate with NGOs. We have NGOs in the private sectors. We have, I know most of you might have heard of Ingressive for Good, or maybe you have once partnered with them, Ingressive for Good. We have Ingressive for Good. They're actually one wonderful NGO or private sector that could actually partner with to teach those young people digital skills. We have Zuri Training. Zuri Training is also another wonderful sector that I could use. Then also there's this very popular one called Alt School Africa. Please, is anybody in the comment section that has heard of Alt School Africa? I think the CEO there's this particular man on X they call Hack Sultan. He usually uses nose marks and everything, yes. So this particular school, Alt School Africa, you could collaborate with them. I think there was a time I was seeing on X where they made mention of they wanted to collaborate with youth core members, young core members, in teaching them these skills. Wanted to make like a collaboration. Could actually partner with those kind of people and collaborate with them to also teach these young people these particular skills. Another one we have is government agencies. We have NITDA. It's a government agency that is in partnership with MindGap also, that is collaborating to foster digital skills among young people. There are also another one, we have educational institutions. We have so many educational institutions that I could make use of. I, for one, I actually started my tech career with a particular, should I say particular group called Techie Train Incubator, TCI. The founder is Miss Excellence Anurika. That's where I actually started my tech background in, to learning little tech skills. So you could actually start from somewhere. You don't know where you're actually going to be tomorrow. Then another one we have is training delivery. Another strategy that you could actually use is training delivery. When we talk about training delivery, we're trying to talk about how do you deliver this training to those young people. And you can do so by utilizing digital platforms, online digital platforms, flexible online digital platforms. We have Coursera. Apart from Coursera, we also have Udemy. This particular digital platform, online digital platform, have flexible training options. Their learning options are very, very flexible. It's easy for you to actually go on this platform and learn skills that will better your future. And also, I think most of them have financial aids. You could actually apply for financial aids in this platform. So that's also one other platform that you could actually use to deliver training to these young people. Also, for those that are into cyber security, cyber analysts, all those cyber enthusiasts, we have what we call Cyber Rally. It's also a platform where you could learn all these skills also. So I think it's good for most of them to actually check. You could actually Google, you browse. There's so many online platforms you could check that I could use to equip these young people with these digital skills. And the thing is, you could also establish local training center for in-person instruction. We know there are some people that maybe actually may not enjoy online classes. And also we know how it is with the hike in the data and everything. Many people will be like, I cannot afford to buy data. Data is very expensive and all. You could actually build hubs, training hubs, local training hubs, where you could do in person-to-person interaction with them, train them personally. For example, here in Taraba, our community manager has a hub, which we call the Algadav Digital Hub. We usually go there, we learn personal development skills. In fact, you see so many young people, actually our wineys, most of our wineys, that is where they actually have their trainings. And we know wineys is used not in education, entrepreneurship, or training. So employability, and training. So these particular people, these young people, they could actually develop hubs for them where they could go and learn all these skills in person. Also, we have mentorship. After you're done delivering the training, then we have mentorship. You have to mentor them. If you don't mentor people, at the end of this, some of them might actually go wide free, or some of them might just decide that, okay, where things are going, I don't think I can actually continue with these courses, or probably the data is so expensive, or there's no light and stuff like that. It could actually discourage them, from going into these skills or going or continuing with these courses or skills that they've actually started with. So now it's now the job of mentors. mentors. That's people that have actually gone ahead, people that are very good or vast in this field. So it's now their job now to find a way on how they mentor these young people. You could actually form a way that maybe you team up with these mentors. You could make them one-on-one, or probably could group them into a group and have a mentor them, or you could do one-on-one, peer-to-peer mentorship, any kind of mentorship. And for example, we have Mind the Gap. For example, Wine is presently now, we have mentorship. We have mentorship, mentors, and we have mentees, people in our host communities that we mentor in all these skills. So when we actually do such kind of things, we can actually be able to bridge the digital gap between these young people. Another one or another strategy we could actually develop is incentive. Could actually find incentives for these people. Incentive in the sense that when they are done, you could actually give them certification, you could give them data rebate for those that maybe don't have data, to actually enable them to finish up their courses. So incentives, certification, they are actually good. You could even give them job placement for those that become very, very good in that skill they are learning. You could place them on jobs that could actually help them to better their future. Then lastly, we have awareness campaign. When we talk about awareness campaign, we know how it is. Presently now, I think the last time the former president was saying Nigerian youth are lazy. And I think I must stand to say that we are not lazy. We are hustlers in our own way. Everybody's trying to hustle in one way or the other. So you can actually find a way on how you give these people campaigns. You could actually post it on social media, social platform, go to schools, maybe go to digital agencies, media houses, to actually give these people awareness on digital skills and tell them that, see, there are no jobs in the country. You have to have something you're doing. Basically, now, digital skills is what is in the market. Digital skills is what is in the market. So you have to find a particular thing you are learning that will actually use to better your future, better your society, and also make you somebody that in future you could actually look back on and actually thank God for what you actually learned. So I'm calling on each and every one of us young people to please make use of these strategies, and I believe we'll be able to equip the 30 million youths in this digital skill. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so very much, Hope Yakubu. Thank you so much for those digital stay course, develop ourselves, and we need to be the change we want to see. This is a very, very, very important point that we must take note of. Be the change you want to see. And gratefully or gracefully, we are grateful that Mind the Gap has afforded us this opportunity to be able to learn digital skills through various programs that has been opened up to us. For example, the DEEP program that every member of the CDS is required to sign up for. It's been an amazing, amazing time. And before we conclude this session, we'll be bringing up the fourth speaker. And also, before we close this session, we would also be sharing the link for you to register for the DEEP program if you haven't done so already. Some of your colleagues are already learning advantage or taking making it a point of contact or a very important point in our service year to maximize what Mind the Gap is giving to us core members. So on this note, thank you so much, Yakubu, Hope Yakubu, and we'll be calling up on stage the Lagos State Digital on Borders President and person of eBay Gifts. We'll be calling on eBay Gifts now to, in 10 minutes, give us her point, and you have the stage now.
Okay, good morning, everyone. And thank you so much for having me on board. I would say it has been a mind blowing session. Yes, I've heard what the speakers have said, and they are actually on point. And I so much recommend what Damilola said about the digital skills in which we can get to learn. So right now I'll be talking on another aspect of this particular topic. The youth are here unlocking the potential of Nigerian informal sector through digital skill training. Okay, let's imagine in Nigeria where the streets are filled with entrepreneurs, innovators, and game changer. In Nigeria, where the informal sector is not just a survival mechanism, but it's a thriving ecosystem of businesses and opportunity. What I'm trying to say here is that the informal sector, yes, we've seen that these are people who are artisans, craftsmen, market women, but we are not looking at what they are doing as a survival mechanism. We are looking at the point of them being an ecosystem whereby they can unlock business opportunity internally as well as externally. This is Nigeria. We can build if we equip this set of people with digital skills. Because the angle in which I'm coming is how we youth can unlock the potential of digital skill training among the informal sector worker. So today I'll be sharing something very interesting for us to harness with. As we all see, the problems in which we have currently is the problem of accessing digital opportunity by this informal sector workers. When I say that is that we youth, we have to look beyond just having only youths amongst us in that particular sector. What about the older ones? How can we get them abreast to become digitally empowered for them to be in line with what the Global Digital Compact wants to achieve? The Global Digital Compact, as we all have seen it, is a UN initiative in order for them to harness the potential digital technology of every persons in the world and to close the digital gap, like to close the digital dividend, the separation when it comes to, okay, these people are way advanced in technology. No, they're actually looking out for opportunities whereby they can bring together both the educated and the illiterate in order to channel them in the digital aspect. Okay, the first speaker says something that youth are change agents. Yes, we are the ones to bring this particular change out there. We are the ones to introduce this particular change out there. And we can't go there if we are less sufficient. We don't have the capacity to promote it out there. And the second speaker brought our mind that we must be a potential leader. Yes, a potential leader looks out for opportunity, looks out for ways in which he or she can promote this digital mind to draw the attention of people that, yes, we can promote your business from here to the other world. It will not be like a local business, but it will be a digital business. Hope I'm not rushing. So the solution in which we are looking out for is the digital skill training. Yes, my speakers have actually list out different trainings which we youths can inquire, call member, we can do those trainings as well as to mentor those persons in the informal sector to keep them digital empowered, to keep them digitally inclined, and to also encourage them that yes, what you are doing here in point A can also be seen in another country in point B. So this digital skill training, as we all can see it, is the key to unlocking the potential of Nigerians' informal sector. With digital skills, informal sector workers can access global markets, manage their finance, and improve their productivity. We need to provide them with the skills and opportunity needed to succeed in the digital economy. The world in which we are in now has moved digitally, and that's why we need to adapt to this change. The Global Digital Compact saw that this need needs to get out there in order to draw the attention of people for them to be digitally inclined as well as move with move with the speed of light with what is happening in the country. For example, let me give you an example. Emeka is a young shoemaker, yes, and the way he relates to his customer is through word of mouth communication, telling them that, okay, I make shoe, come to this particular location, you can get to make your shoe, this and that. But he was opportune to acquire a digital skill training by some core members. They took him through the direction of Google My Business, that instead of you stressing yourself going around that, okay, this is what I do, you can just promote yourself out there online. And when they look for the nearest shoemaker in my location, your image, your address, everything about you will surface there. That's what this thing, digital Google My Business has enhanced the potential of Emeka, has made his presence well known, as well as promoting to the global market. So moving on to the Global Digital Compact, I want us to know that the Global Digital Compact is a framework for digital cooperation and connectivity that aims to promote digital inclusion, connectivity, and cooperation worldwide. The Global Digital Compact are looking at bringing together persons. They don't want to have a division among us. They want everyone, both the rich, the poor, the learned, the illiterate. At least you are abreast with a basic computer skills to do one or two things with your digital device. And also the ways in which we Nigerian informal sector worker can benefit from this is by providing them with digital skill training, and with this it can empower them to be global. You can empower them to compete for global recognition, global economy, as well as contribute to Nigerian digital transformation. Let's take, for example, Dangote industry. Dangote industry is one of this informal sector. Well, you can see that it has gone just beyond the point of, yes, it's a back end, it's a businessman, but the business has gone far, far beyond Lagos, far, far beyond Nigeria, far, far beyond West Africa. That is what Global Digital Compact is looking at. That is their aim to achieve. So my call to action is, what can we do to support this initiative? We need to come together as a community to provide digital skill training and promote digital cooperation and connectivity.
Hi, Chinyere, are you still there? All right, I think she's experiencing some network issue. But all the same, we've been able to get value from the Lagos State president's speech, and we have hi Chinyere, are you still there? Okay, I believe she's experiencing some network glitch. Please, can you all hear me? Am I clear enough? I'm not seeing any comments. All right, Chinyere is out. Chinyere, thank you so much for that very insightful session that you have just given to us. As we all know, Mind the Gap is partnering with NITDA and every other agency that is out there supporting the Global Digital Compact. And from everything we've learned from today's session, I believe that some of us have questions, some of us can relate to what the speakers have spoken about, and some of us has hopes, aspirations, things that we want to do. It might even be a personal CDS that you want to embark on in line with the Global Digital Compact. You are very welcome to do all of that. And as we all know, there are some states in here that we already have, we are Digital on Border CDS group, but then we have some that are digital literacy for all or digital literacy champions. It's still in line with our vision in Mind the Gap. And all we are trying to do is to empower 30 million youths by 2027. And you and I are part of this very amazing opportunity. You and I are meant to bridge the gap. You and I are meant to even mind the gap of digital literacy that is out there. We are meant to, as core members, as individuals, as citizens of the country, we are meant to go out there and empower people with the right skill. And our duty is to empower you with the materials that you would be needing to actually go out there and give value to these people. And on this note, I'd like to appreciate all 4 speakers for taking out their time out of their busy schedules, all of you being here, your CDS activities and all of that. Regardless, you are here today. I want to say a very big thank you to all of you. And I really need to see at least 2 questions before we round up today's session. And I think I have one already, but that question is not related to what we have for today. But then let me see the question. It says, please, for the deep program. Okay, the question is actually related to what we are doing today. It says, for the deep training, can someone register more than 1 course? The answer is no. So, John, you cannot register for more than 1 course, but within your service year, you can actually do more than 1 course. So at the point of registration, the link will be shared on the chat box very soon. At the point of registration, what you need to do is to choose just 1 course that you would be learning for 6 months. And after which your service year is going to be lasting for 11 months. So you have 5 months or at most 4 months to learn another course, and I don't think it will be enough until you leave until you finish NYSC. But for now, I'd like you to pick just 1 very important course, 1 course that is very important to you. You are actually entitled to 3 courses in the deep program and 5 courses in your service year. So there are so many core members that have been able to get equipped with just more than 1 course during the course of their service year. And like one of our speakers was saying, she said that we can actually go ahead and, leverage on the platforms that has been created. The NITDA has a platform for basic digital skills. There are 6 of them on the NITDA's website, DL for All's website. And the states that are already involved in that program have already been exposed to those courses. Any one of you can go to Google and search for those, DL for All. You see it there. You see 6 courses that you need to take on content creation, digital marketing, and so on and so forth. It's actually for you to get basic knowledge on what you would be doing during your service year and how you would be empowering people, the informal sector, during your service year. And it's actually a time for you to not just gain these courses for training others, but to equip yourself also so that you can be ripe enough for the labor market. We are saying there's no job in Nigeria, but I believe that with skills, you can actually go very far. I, for one, I use skills. I have digital skills that I've been leveraging on. Use those skills to get not just money, but to provide value for other people. So I'd implore every one of us here to actually take it very seriously. Register for the deep courses. If you have registered and you have not gotten any response, please do hold on. The instructor will get to you. Whatever course that you have registered for, the instructor will get to you. And right about now, the link to register for the deep program is already on the chat box. Please do well to click it if you haven't. And we also have our attendance link. The link for the attendance for those of us that are here today would actually want to get the details, your details, and very importantly, your feedback from today's session. This will enable us to continue giving you value on this platform and to actually know where you need help. Is that okay? So we have a question. Person is saying, my trainees always ask of what benefit does this program offer to the trainees? Now, Favor, I want to understand your question to be that you are training some persons, probably in the informal sector, on digital skills, and they're asking you what are the benefits. Now, for you to have started the training is enough benefit already. Why? Because whatever it is that you are giving to them is already valuable. I believe that there are some persons that they would want you to come to them and distribute money to them or give them money and all of that. It's quite important to give them money or to have money to give them. But very importantly, you need to tell them that they are being part of what we are doing in Nigeria today. The NITDA has a vision to train 30 million informal sector, 30 million persons in the informal sector on basic digital skills. And so if you're going to train someone on digital skills, it means that the person is lacking the knowledge of digital skills at the time. So when you are going there to tell them these things, even if you are going in a group or you're going individually, you need to tell them that what you are trying to give to them is very whenever you are giving people such kind of skill, you will let them know that people pay for it, but you are giving it to them for free, and that is value already. And they are also open to the job market. They are open to so many opportunities that abound, even in the digital space and outside the digital space. It's a knowledge that every one of them needs to have so that they will not be lacking in the global digital compact as it is now. So I believe that favor your trainees, you can actually give them that knowledge. Let them know that what you are giving to them is valuable. Even beyond the money, what you're giving to them is actually something of value that they need to leverage on. And there are platforms too. I would like every one of you to ask your deep instructors, ask them questions, because when you are done taking these courses, you are actually open. That's if you know what you're doing and you are really leveraging on what we have been giving to you, you're actually open to getting jobs. Your deep instructors are people that are already in the labor market, they're in the job market, they're getting jobs already, they're earning from what they are doing. You can actually create a relationship with them, ask them those kind of questions, and you will get answer. Someone is saying that there's a personal contact that you're supposed to message on WhatsApp. Okay, yes. So after your registration, the instructor will actually get to you. Once you register for a certain course on that link that was sent, the instructor would get to you, and they will add you up to the WhatsApp group for that particular course that you have registered for. So on this note, if we do not have more questions, I'd like you to sign your attendance. The link has been sent. And I'd like to bring every of the speakers on stage. And okay, before I bring the speakers on stage, I'd like to emphasize that the importance of this topic, the importance of this series is part of our goals of training the 30 million informal sector in Nigeria. We have the government on our side, private sectors on our side, civil societies, individuals, they're joining us, and core members of the individuals joining us to make this thing work. You are the ones bringing this call to action, and we are really counting on you to do what is best in your service year. And remember, if you have any question, you can reach out to your president, your community managers. They are there for such a reason as this. All the speakers on the stage, as we wrap up, I'll be bringing every one of them that are still on the stage. All right. So thank you so much, Precious, Moni, Hope, and the other person is already out. Thank you so much. Next week, and you'll be getting the information, more information about this in your various CDS group chats. Thank you so much once again for joining us, and it's a goodbye from here. Please ensure to sign in your attendance on the chat box as displayed. Thank you.